Hello students, welcome in first video lecture of subject Theory of Machine. The subject Theory of Machines may be defined as that branch of engineering science which deals with the study of relative motion between the various parts of machines and forces which act on them. The knowledge of this subject is very essential for an engineer in designing the various parts of machine. The branches of theory of machines are first kinematics and second kinetics. The kinematics, the study of motion without regard the forces. More particularly, the kinematics is the study of position, displacement, rotation, speed, velocity and acceleration. Kinetics, the study of forces on system in motion. Now, mechanism. The mechanism is a device that transforms the motion to some desirable pattern and typically develops very low forces and transmit little power. And machine typically contains mechanisms that are designed to provide significant forces and transmit significant power. Now next, the link. Now link each part of a machine which moves relative to some other part is known as a kinematic link or element. Kinematic link or element. There are three types of link: binary link, this is binary link. Second, ternary, this is ternary link. And third one is quaternary link. This is quaternary link. And now the types of links or classification of link. Types of links. First is rigid link. Second, flexible link. And third, fluid link. A rigid link, it is not deformed when transmitting motion, and flexible link, it is partially deformed. And in fluid, a fluid link is one in which that motion is transmitted through the fluid by pressure or compression. Now, structure. It is an assemble of a number of resistance bodies having no relative motion between them and meant for carrying load having straining action. What is structure? It is a number of resistance body having no relative motion between them and under load. A railway bridge, roof trusses, machine frame are the example of structure. It is differ from machine. An example of structure, for example, this is the example of a structure. There is no relative motion between. This is the load and these are the support A and B. This is the structure. Now, difference between machine and structure. Difference between machine and structure. What is the difference between machine and structure? The parts of machine move relative to one another, whereas the member of structure do not move relative to one another. Second, a machine transforms the available energy into some useful work, whereas in a structure no energy is transformed into useful work. Third, links of machine may transmit both power and motion, while the member of a structure transmit forces only. So there are basically three main difference. There is a parts of machine move relative to one another. Now, kinematic pair. Kinematic pair the two links are element of machine when in contact with each other are said to form a pair. If the relative motion between them is completely or successfully constrained or in defined direction, the pair is known as a kinematic pair. Means the two links are elements of machine when in contact with each other is said to be a pair, and if the relative motion between them is completely defined, the pair is known as a kinematic pair. For example, this is the link. Now this is hinge point. This is slider. So this is fixed frame 1, this is 2, this is 3 and this is 4. Now link 2, this is crank, so link 1, link 2, link 3 and link 4. Link 1 is, this is fixed, 2, this is crank, 3, this is connecting rod and 4 is slider. So this is kinematic pairs 1 and 2, 2 and 3, 3 and 4 and 4 and 1. This is fixed. So there are 1, 2, 3 and 4 kinematic pair. The types of kinematic pair, types of constraint motions. So first is, the type of constraint motion is, first is completely constraint motion. When the motion between a pair is limited to a defined direction irrespective of the direction of forces applied, then the motion is said to be completely constrained motion. For example, the piston and cylinder form a pair and the motion of piston is limited to defined direction. It is only reciprocates motion relative to the cylinder in respective the direction of motion of crank. For example, the direction, this is piston, it move only in this direction, only this direction. So this is completely constrained motion. Second example, the motion of square bar in a square hole and the motion of the shaft with collar at the end of circular hole are also example of completely constrained motion. For example, this is a square bar and this is collar. The side view, this is square and this is collar. The motion is only axial motion of this bar, which is in this direction, and for circular bar and this is collar. The motion of this circular shaft, it is only rotational motion. And here this is linear or one directional motion. This is shaft and this is a square bar. Now second, incompletely constrained motion. When the motion between a pair can take place in more than one direction, then the motion is called incompletely constrained motion. The change in direction of impressed force may alter the direction of relative motion between the pair. A circular bar or shaft in circular hole. For example, this is the circular bar and this is collar. Now the motion of this shaft, this is circular bar, the motion in this direction, and second rotational, means rotational direction and linear direction. In completely constant motion, only one motion, this is linear in this case and this is circular, but in incompletely constant motion there may be more than one motion. This is circular and this is linear motion. This is circular shaft, so this is incompletely constant motion. And successfully constant motion, third one is successfully constrained motion. When the motion between the element forming a pair is such that the constant motion is not completed by itself but by some other means, then the motion is said to be successfully constrained motion. For example, a footstep bearing, this is bearing, footstep bearing, and this is shaft. Load, and this is shaft, and this is footstep. Bearing. So this is incomplete or successfully constrained motion. This is rotational motion and sometime it is linear also. Now classification. Classification of according to the type of relative motion between the element, according to the relative motion, according to the contact between elements. Classification of kinematic pair according to relative motion according to contact between element, and third according to the type of closure. So there are three classification. Now the types of relative motion between the element, types of relative motion between elements. The first example, sliding pair. Sliding pair. When the two elements of pair are connected in such a way that one can only slide relative to the other, the pair is known as a sliding pair. So sliding pair, when the two elements of pair are connected in such a way that one can only slide relative to other, the pair is known as a sliding pair. For example, a piston and cylinder. This is piston and this is cylinder. This is cylinder and this is piston. So this is the example of sliding pair. Second, turning pair. When two elements of a pair are connected in such a way that one can only turn or revolve about a fixed axis of another link, the pair is known as a turning pair. For example, this is collar. This is turning pair. This is shaft. So this is turning pair. Example of turning pair. Third is rolling pair. When the two elements of a pair are connected in such a way that one rolls over another fixed link, the pair is known as a rolling pair. For example, ball bearing. For example, ball or roller bearing. Next is screw pair. Screw pair, when the two elements of pair are connected in such a way that one element can turn about the other by screw thread, the pair is known as a screw pair. This is thread. This is fixed link. This is the example of screw pair. Then fifth, spherical pair. When two elements of pair are connected in such a way that the element turns about the other fixed element, the pair form a spherical pair. For example, this is lever, so this is it can move or rotate about this axis. So this is spherical pair, or this is ball and socket joint. Now these are the types of relative motion between the elements. The pairs, first is kinematic pair, turning pair, rolling pair, screw pair and spherical pair. This is the classification relative motion. The next is contact between the element. Types of contact between the elements. Then first is lower pair. When the two elements of a pair have a surface contact, when relative motion takes place and the surface of one element slides over the surface of other, the pair formed is known as a lower pair. For example, nut turning on a screw, shaft rotating in a bearing. These are the lower pairs. And second one is higher pair. Higher pair, when the two elements of pair have a line or point contact, when relative motion takes place and the motion between the two elements is partially turning and partially sliding, then the pair is known as a higher pair. For example, when wheel rolling on a surface. Second example, cam and follower pair. Third, tooth gear. Fourth, ball and roller bearings. These are the example of higher pair, wheel rolling over surface, cam and follower, tooth gear and roller bearing. These are the example of higher pair. Now, type of closure between the element. The third category, type of closure. Types of closure between the elements. One is self close pair and second force close pair. There are two examples. The type is self closed pair and second forced closed pair. For example, this is eccentric or cam. It is closed in this is self closed pair and this is cam, this is follower, this is cam. So one is self close and second force close pair. Now the important next topic, kinematic chain. When the kinematic pairs are coupled in such a way that the last link is joined to the first link to transmit definite motion or completely or successful constant motion, is called a kinematic chain. Means, for example, crankshaft of a engine form a kinematic pair with the bearing, which are fixed in a pair. The connecting rod with crank form a second kinematic pair. The piston with connecting rod form a third pair, and the piston with cylinder form a fourth pair. The total combination of these links is kinematic chain. So what is kinematic chain? When the kinematic pairs are coupled in such a way that the last link is joined to the first link to transmit completely or successfully constrained motion is called a kinematic chain. Now, for example, link 1, link 2, link 3 and link 4. So link 1, this is link 2, link 3 and link 4. So this is kinematic pair. When link 4, suppose this is fixed link, link 1 and link 4, one pair, pair 1, link 1 and link 2, here pair 2, link 2 and link 4, this is pair 3, and link 4 and link 3, here pair 4. So all pairs is form a kinematic chain. And this is link 1, this is link 1, link 2, link 3 and this is link 4. So there are 4 links here in this example, and number of pairs, there are 4 pairs. Now mechanism. Next is mechanism. Mechanism. When one of the links of a kinematic chain is fixed, the chain is known as a mechanism. In this example, there are 4 links, 1, 2, 3 and 4. The one link 4, it is fixed, then this is a mechanism. So what is mechanism? When one of links of a kinematic chain is fixed, the chain is known as a mechanism. The classification based on number of links, as simple links, simple mechanism, a mechanism having 4 links, a mechanism with 4 links is known as a simple mechanism. And second type of mechanism, which is compound mechanism. The mechanism with more than 4 links is known as a compound mechanism. The mechanism with more than 4 links is known as a compound mechanism. Now mechanism based on mobility. This is the based on number of links. The classification based on number of links. Second, based on mobility. When all the links of mechanism have plane motion is called a planar mechanism. Planar mechanism. And second, mechanism. This is when all the links of mechanism have plane motion. Plane motion means two directional motion, and in space motion three dimensional motion. Now degree of freedom. Degree of freedom, it is defined as the number of input parameters which must be independently controlled in order to bring the mechanism into a useful engineering purpose. Second, it is possible to determine the number of degree of freedom of mechanism directly from the number of links and the number of types of joints which is included, and it is denoted by N. It is denoted by N. So input parameters. So degree of freedom, the relation between number of links, number of binary joint and number of higher pair. So number of freedom degree of freedom N, this is equal to 3 into L minus 1 minus 2j minus h, where N number of freedom or number of degree of freedom, L equal to number of links J number of binary joints and H number of higher pair. Then N equal to 3 into L minus 1 minus 2j minus H. This formula is known as Kurzbach criteria. Now mechanism with higher pairs. When n equal to 1, when means number of degree of freedom equal to 1 means for mechanism, and higher pair equal to 0, then 1 equal to 3L minus 3 minus 2J or 3L minus 2J minus 4 equal to 0. And for structure, n equal to 0, then this is 3L minus 3 minus 2J equal to 0 or 3L minus 3L equal to 2J plus 3. This is for structure. So 3L minus 2J minus 4 equal to 0. This is for mechanism. This is for mechanism, and this condition is for structure. Now next is Grashof law. Grashof law. This law states that the sum of length of longest and shortest links should be less than sum of length of other two links. Means this is the mechanism. So there are 4 links, 1, 2, 3 and 4. Suppose this is longest one, suppose this is longest and this is shortest, and other one is P and Q. For the mechanism, L plus S is less than P plus Q. So class 1 mechanism obeys the Grashof law. Now for mechanism, L plus S should be less than P plus Q. Now next, inversion of mechanism. Inversion of mechanism. The method of obtaining different mechanism by fixing different links in a kinematic chain is known as inversion of mechanism. This is important. Inversion of mechanism. What is inversion of mechanism? The method of obtaining different mechanism by fixing different links in a kinematic chain is known as a inversion of mechanism. I write it, very important. The method of obtaining different mechanism by fixing different links in a kinematic chain is known as inversion of mechanism. Now, first example, four-bar chain. Four-bar chain, the basic kinematic chain of four-bar chain having frame, crank, coupler and output link. Now in next lecture we will discuss four-bar chain. Okay.